Byron Buxton. Let's start you off with the question we always ask everybody here is, how did baseball find you?
Actually, my dad put me in it.
Yeah.
He didn't play baseball growing up, so it's just something I think he wanted me to try out, and just kind of realized I was kind of bigger than everybody.
Yeah.
You know, just little stuff like that where you like, all right, I might be pretty good in this. And it was, I think he just, something my parents stuck to me and just got a lot of passion for it.
Perfect. And so kind of fast forwarding into your baseball journey, you get drafted second overall. What was leading up to the draft? What were the conversations like? You knew you were going high. Did you not know you were going high? Was it a surprise? What was that like?
I would say a little bit of a surprise, you know.
Yeah.
Just to the point of I didn't really get outside my boundaries. I stayed really, really close to home.
Yeah.
I think the only team I tried out for was Baltimore and Sarasota, you know, so didn't really know much about Minnesota. Didn't know much about, honestly, nowhere. You know, other than Atlanta. And leading up to it was kind of wild, you know, like having scouts coming in your house to talk to you, and then they put you in a whole completely different room to talk to your parents and then talk to you. It was like pretty crazy because I was a shy person. So I feel like they didn't really get much out of me as much as they do now, just because they didn't really know who I was. But it was more of, I guess, growing up. Like, it's a big growing up point to have scouts and people, different teams and things like that come in your house and you open up to them about what you are in high school, you know. So it was different.
Yeah. And so, I mean, that's kind of like, was there any, you know, homesick feelings going away? Because there's a lot of kids, like you said, that they only stick to their towns, and then they're drafted, and it's like, oh, you're going to Iowa for like next week. Like, how did you handle that?
I think Fort Myers, when I went to rookie ball, that was like the first time, not the first time I was away, but like away by myself, where I was like, all right, I'm on my own for how many, I can't remember. I was there for like 2 months. So I was like, dang, man, like that was the first time you felt like on an island.
Yeah.
You know, and then where I grew up at, it wasn't much Spanish talking or, you know, Australian speaking English. Like, it wasn't nothing but normal English. So when I got there, it was like, I understand nothing. You know, so that was like a shock to me. So I took Spanish in school, but you didn't really take it as serious because you was like, I ain't going nowhere where I got to learn Spanish. So you like, I paid attention, but I didn't. It's kind of, that's might be one thing I regret in school. You know, like, oh, if you paid attention a little bit more, you'll know a little bit, you know. But I know quite a bit now, just being around the game and being around the Latin guys in the clubhouse. It's pretty crazy.
Right.
Just to be able to speak a little bit of a second language is also fun.
Yes, 100%. So you're in the minors. I mean, you're getting a lot of attention while you're there. You get the call that you're making it to the big leagues. Can you talk me through that? What that was like? Who called you? Who's with you?
Dang. Actually, we was on the road. I was in AA. We was in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Was in Birmingham. I was in the lineup, took batting practice like everything. Come back in. I was out the lineup, and I was like, all right, why did you just take me out the lineup? You know, like, I had zero clue, though. I'm thinking, all right, I ain't go shag balls the right way. Like, I'm thinking I'm in trouble. You know, and the team, I guess he already told him, because I walked in the office when I came back out, you know, it was like, they already knew. They was right there waiting. So it was pretty unique, you know. Doug McCavich told me. So,
Dougie.
You know, it don't make it much better than that. Means a lot to me that he was able to do that.
Yeah, 100%. Over the course of your career, you've had to overcome injuries and stay resilient through that. What's your process of staying positive and just wanting to be back on the field with your boys?
Just gotta take it one day at a time. You know, family, friends, your support system. that goes a long way. So
Yes.
try not to look too far ahead into, what could possibly happen. I just try to stay in my boundaries, stay in my zone, and that way I don't get too high and get too low.
Yeah.
Stay middle of the road, and it allows you to, go day by day and get the most out of each day.
Yeah. And I was fortunate enough to kind of be here when you were coming up and see you kind of, I'm not going to say grow up because I'm younger, but, see you grow up and play in the game. But now where you are now, you have, your family, your wife, your kids. How have they affected your game? What have they taught you in life that you brought onto the baseball field?
Probably just me being more me.
Yeah.
Not trying to go out there and be somebody I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Like at the end of the day, I know win, lose, draw, 0 for 4, 4 strikeouts, 4 homers. Like,
yeah,
my boys they're happy. Like they seen their dad play baseball. So you have to put in perspective too. Like this ain't my life. Like I understand I'm a dad, I'm a husband, and things like that outside of these walls. So that right there, to be able to put in perspective for me is gives me the opportunity to, like, when I come to the ball field, I can still be myself, but that's my business, me. Once I leave this field, like, it's like I ain't never been here. You know, I got my kids that I'm not about to bring my 0 for 4 struggles home to them when they didn't do nothing to it.
Exactly.
So, it's all about separating those things and understanding how to, keep that happiness and keep that positive mindset.
Mm-hmm. And then the city of Minnesota, it's been your home.
Yeah.
What have they meant to you, the fans, man?
It means a lot. It's not many cities that, have your back, especially with the injury history I have and just playing whatever. To be able to have the support system I do here is it's hard to put into words. Minnesota means a lot. It's definitely, besides my home, this is home. This is what me and my family call home, and it's something that nobody can take away from us. It's very special to be able to put twins across our chest for the rest of my career.
Love that.
I think for my family, growing up here, it's a big family town. The summers here, you can't beat them. So to be able to enjoy being up here and also have my family is it's very, very big.
Yeah. I want to talk about playing with Carlos Correa a little bit. He was taking number 1. You were taking number 2. I think it's special. I don't know if you might not, but how's that been playing with him? Because you guys kind of came up at the same time.
We did. It was always like competition because we played in low A, played against each other quite a bit. But to be able to play together and be 1 or 2 in the draft is kind of, I would say, unique to us. It's something that don't happen very often where you get the top 2 guys to be on one team to play together for the years that we get to play together. So for me, it's more about cherishing and picking his brain a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's so smart and in the game of baseball and has a lot of knowledge that he loves to give out. So it's all about you taking that in and, try to put it in your game, or if it don't work for your game, just keep asking those questions. We communicate quite a bit, and it's that brotherly
bond.
Love. You can say. I feel like it's stronger than that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's just one of those things where just getting to know each other and getting to know who we really are, put in perspective of like how close we are.
Yeah. You're talking about part of your game. I wanted to ask, how important is it to have the other stuff besides the hits, the defense, the offense, but like the celebrations? You hit the home run, you're around and you're around it. How important is that to build camaraderie? Because I feel like camaraderie in the clubhouse is as important as talent in what I've seen, at least in the game.
I think it's dope. For me, it's something that, like, mine is the buck truck, but I love semi trucks. That's what my dad does back home. He drives log trucks, and I understand. Like, we go home, we work on semi trucks. Like, that's just something for me when I was a little kid, and you see the semi truck passing by, and you look up, and he looking down at you, that was what you did. You know? And if he blew the horn, you was literally like the happiest kid in the car.
Yeah.
And it's like, I go to a park now, and it's like, hey, when you hit another homer, you'll do the buck truck. And it's like, that reminds me of me.
Yeah.
You know? So it puts in perspective, like, I was that kid too that I did the same thing, and to see the smile and happiness that goes to the kid is incredible.
Yes.
You know? And that was something that my sons, they do quite a bit when we're home because my dad drives. So when he comes by the house or whatever, they do it, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. And Bricks was like, I think you should do that in your home run thing. And I was like, you know what? I might have to try it out.
Yeah.
And it just kind of something that stuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. I like it because it's important to you. It's who you are.
That's who I am. Right.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. I want to talk about playoff baseball. You guys are in a playoff push right now. You've had experience in playoff games. I know the pressure is a little different, but it's also exciting. I want to talk about the exciting part of it.
Yeah.
I mean, do you get chills? Like, what is it like running on that field during a playoff game?
Yeah, you definitely got chills. You know, especially being at home or being in front of your home team is it's pretty special.
Yeah.
You know, it's hard to put into words, especially if you're not like in that feeling, because every pitch matters, every second matters, like every little bitty thing matters. You know, not that it don't during regular season, but it seems like it's emphasized when something goes wrong in the playoffs, and that's what you want to prevent. You know, and for us, I think it's keeping our positive mindset the way that we have been all season, being resilient even through the times that we've struggled. You know, we went on some streaks and not had to get in, and went on streaks and had to get in. So it's all about keeping that level road and going about our business the right way.
Love that. The Twins just posted a TikTok video of all your teammates saying that you'd probably be the best NFL player. So I want to talk about just your speed. I mean, come on. But I want to talk about your
speed.
Yeah, hit your touch, dude. Just get that, dog. Get him. I just want to talk about your love for other sports. Like, what other sports teams you follow? What other sports you follow?
Probably gonna get hated for this one, but I'm a huge Bucks fan. I know, bro.
I mean, right?
I'm a Bucks fan though. Went to a game when I was little. They was playing Peyton, and my dad was a huge Peyton fan.
Yeah.
I was like, whoever win this game, that's my team.
Yes.
And the Bucks won. So like,
Road with
it was the year they won the Super Bowl too. So it was like kind of bandwagonish, but not. I ain't really understand. But after that year, I've been a Bucks fan ever since. You know, and like got season tickets. I'm a true Bucks fan. I got season tickets. Family and I do. Follow Georgia, obviously, quite a bit. Up here we go with the Timberwolves, though.
Yeah.
Follow the Timberwolves. I don't watch too much basketball, but watch Ant quite a bit.
Yeah.
Played at Georgia, so got another Georgia boy up here.
100%.
Experience. So it's definitely fun being able to, you know, watch other sports.
Yeah, yeah. Because you can relate to them.
Right.
The competitiveness of it all.
It is. It was definitely fun.
I mean, the last two
sports.
Yeah. Yeah. What other sports were you did you play throughout high school?
Played basketball to 10th grade, and basketball, baseball, that's a little too close. So I was like, I got to drop one of these because basketball start running over into baseball, and you realize, like, you miss 2-3 weeks of baseball, and it's can't make that up, you know? So, So play football, football and baseball.
Football and baseball.
Yeah. I wouldn't say I cared to play football, but it was just more so I didn't have to have a job.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, stay busy.
And then look what baseball brought you,
yeah,
right?
That's it.
Right here to Minnesota. I want to just talk about just advice for people because baseball is such a game of failure.
Yeah.
As with anything in life, you know you're going to fail. I just want any advice you can give to people out there that are riding their low days right now.
I think the best advice that I got is, even on your lowest days, like, the sun still shines.
Mm-hmm.
So your lowest days, think of yourself as a lion. Like, what can break a lion? You know, like a lion don't hang out with sheeps. A lion don't sit back and whine or cry. Like, he always goes on attack. He's strong. He's brave. He's one of those go-getters, you know? So on your lowest days, just remember that you're a lion and the sun's going to come out. Like, nothing can hold you down.
Love that. Love that. I want to talk about if you can give us your top 3 cities to visit on the road, whether that's because of the food, the people, the stadium.
All right, top 3 cities. Number 1 is definitely St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's a baseball city.
Yes, sir.
People there are amazing, even if they just love baseball.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't there to trash talk you or none of that, you know? So I feel like St. Louis is definitely one on my list. 2, dang, that's a good one. That's a good one. This might sound a little crazy, but Baltimore.
Yeah. Yeah.
Baltimore. I love wasn't a big crab cake guy or a seafood guy, so it took a couple of years for it to grow on me. And now that it done growed on me, it's a pretty tasty place.
Yeah. Yeah.
The third one is probably Philly, cheesesteaks. I love cheesesteaks, so Philadelphia got to be on my third list, bro.
There we go. St. Louis, Baltimore, and Philly.
Yeah.
Last thing before we let you go. When you were coming up, Torrey Hunter was in the clubhouse.
Yep.
I feel like he, and this is outside looking in, mentored you a little bit, but I know you've talked on it. I just want to talk about what he meant to you coming up in your first couple of years.
It was impeccable, you know, like for me to be able to be called up when he was still here.
Yeah.
It just taught me how to go about my business the right way, and learn. Even though he played right field, I played center. So I was learning from him, even though he was playing right field. You know, I could learn from him he might tell me, like, hey, like, your first step. You know, like, all right, I need to work on my first step. That little bitty thing right there might help me get to this ball I normally don't get to. So I think how the player I am now is, I would say, similar to where he was, but not to where he is at. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's on a pedestal to me, you know? So for me, it's like always trying to make sure each and every day I'm center field. So go out there, I'm not just representing myself, but all the center fielders that put on that uniform for the Twins.
Yeah. I feel like it was a true, like, passing the torch kind of moment.
Right.
Awesome. Well, Byron, we appreciate you coming on, man, and thank you for doing this for real.
You got it.